The Box by J.C. Welch. Chapter 9. My imaginary money can't get me much, either can the box. I tried selling the box once, and a cop put me in jail for that. I don't think that was an even trade, though. The box was definitely worth 3 years in jail, not 2. That was the last time I had a semi-hot meal, but the food in there was cold. Have you ever had frozen potato chips? They taste like burnt wood chips and hot ice cubes. I want to know what a frozen marshmallow tastes like. I'm not sure if it's even possible to freeze a marshmallow. I'm gonna go try it right now. Maybe later, too. I had to clean up after Queen Mean messed it up. I knew I should have married better. I shouldn't have married into royalty, because being the king of nothing is boring. Now I'm just a jack-in-the-box, and I'm much happier. I finished cleaning and throwing out all the stuff I couldn't fix. I couldn't fix the garbage can, because I had a big hole at the top. So I threw it in the garbage can and crawled back into the nice clean box. As clean as you can get filth to be, and I don't know how to clean filth either. I took a nap, but I didn't know where I took it. I left it somewhere, and I couldn't find it. It must have been a little nap, because if it were a big sleep I would have found it right away. I lost the nap and woke up looking for it. I needed a map to find a nap, but I lost the map. I needed a map to find the nap, so I bought a map and found a nap. It was under my pillow the whole time. How stupid of me. Good thing you don't need a brain to sleep, or do you? Sleeping doesn't take any thought. It's the dreams that take thought. After the nap, I went to bed. The bed was the only thing that wasn't broken. My heart was broken too. I had to throw it out with the other garbage. I didn't need it anyway. I mean, what can you do with a broken heart anyway? I went to bed, like I said in the last paragraph. I didn't sleep, I just went to bed. I just laid there for 8 hours and got up. It got boring laying in bed looking at the ceiling, and the only thing I could think about was that I needed to clean the ceiling. I also needed to fix the hole, so I climbed onto the roof. I fixed the hole and fell headfirst off the roof. I tipped the box over and cleaned the mustard stain off the ceiling. I hadn't eaten in weeks. That mustard tasted pretty good. I then decided to knock over a McDonald's to steal some mustard, but brick buildings are hard to knock over. So I hired the big bad wolf from the 3 Little Pigs to blow it down. He hasn't done anything in the story since then. 3 Little Pigs is this whole other story, but in this story he wasn't that much help. I decided to blow down a Popeyes instead. Well, he was asking for it. They didn't have any mustard though. I guess they were all out. They were all gone. Everyone had left before the place was blown down. We gave everyone fair warning, and the warning was, little pigs, let me in, or I'll huff and puff and blow your house down. The rookie cops were having lunch, and hadn't developed a taste for donuts yet. Those cops were pretty mad that they were called pigs, so the big bad wolf and I spent the night in the slammer. That was quite the night, because we got mustard with our corn dogs. After getting out, I returned to the box. The big bad wolf decided to go have a lunch date with the grandma in the Little Red Riding Hood story. That wolf works hard in those stories, and doesn't get paid enough. Good thing I have unpaid actors to act in my stories. I don't have a dime to my name. I couldn't put my name on a dime. The dime's too small. I might be able to put my name on a quarter if I were to write really small, but it's really hard to write on metal. I'd rather write my name on a dollar, because if I were to ever lose it, the person who would find it would give it back to me. In fact, I'm going to write on all my money from now on. But like I said, I don't have a dime to my name. So I can't do that, and I can't dance either. So I was screwed, and in the box. The box was screwed too, because I hadn't bathed in 2 months, and had to put up with my smelly body. My armpits smelled like vinegar, and my butt smelled like rotting meat. I knew I shouldn't have left the cheeseburger in that long. The box kept coughing me up like I was a fur ball or something. I smelled like wet fur for some reason, and I couldn't stand it. I had to get away from myself for a few days, and so I took a vacation. I went to Hawaii and Paris. Well, let's just say the vacation stunk worse than I did. Why can't I ever go where I want to go on vacation? It's always Hawaii or California or Paris or Florida. It's just so typical and stupid. I got sunburn in Hawaii and I got crabs in Paris. which was weird because I was nowhere near water the whole time. I returned to the box, itching, burning, and peeling. I decided to never take another vacation again, because vacations are stupid for people with no lives. It was good to be home, and I could relax from the pressures of the world. I sat on the beanbag chair and fell asleep. I dreamt I was in a dream, and was dreaming. I woke up screaming, because that was just too weird. I screamed for half an hour and half a second. Then I went back to sleep after I thought the dream would be over, but it came back. I thought the dream was over, but it started from the beginning. I hated reruns, so I changed the channel. Yeah, I dream like a TV. I dream a genie is on channel 6, but it was a rerun. I turned the TV off, and I didn't dream for the rest of the night. I woke up refreshed, and somehow cleaner than the night before. I asked the box if it had anything to do with that, but it said it didn't, as it was draining the water from the bathtub. The box must have took a bath while I was sleeping, and the soap smelled just like I did. I was all wet, too. It must have rained as well. My breath smelled fresher, and the taste of spearmint was in my mouth. Did I sleepwalk to the dentist again? I hope not, because I couldn't afford the dentist with my insurance. There better not be a bill on the fridge again, or I'm going to be pretty mad. I'm mad in the head already, and that isn't healthy. I decided to go for a walk, but I didn't have a dog. I took the dead muskrat out for a walk instead, and it was hard to keep up. I ran, while the dead muskrat laid there. I had to stop at every tree and every fire hydrant. I had to pee, while the muskrat waited for me. Finally, we ended up back at the box. My legs were tired and my feet ached. That was the last time I was going to walk that muskrat. Next time I'll leave it tied out back while it lays there. I went back to the box and watched TV. Nothing was on. I knew I should have paid the cable bill. So I lay there on the couch and stared up at the ceiling. "Open this end with the arrow pointing down," I read after an hour of reading. Then I decided to get a newspaper outside. I figured that if I could read the ceiling, I could read the newspaper. I couldn't read the newspaper, though, but not because there were some really hard words, but because I didn't get a newspaper. I also realized that I didn't get any mail either. No wonder I never got paid for my work. I realized I didn't have a mailbox. Where would the mailman put my mail? I made a slot in the box and eagerly waited for my mail. I didn't realize it was Sunday until I looked at the 1980s Spanish calendar at 1 in the morning. I fell asleep at 1:01 and woke up at 1:02 thinking it was the afternoon. I walked outside and it was dark. I thought it was really cloudy. I really needed a watch that worked. I bought a watch at a gas station and it came with a lighter so I could see it in the dark. I set the watch on fire. I guess I shouldn't have put it so close to the flame. After putting my arm out, I guessed it was morning. I went back to bed and put my back to the bed. I wasn't sleeping on my stomach again, because I have weird dreams on my stomach. Last night I dreamt I was a plastic bag, and then the night before I dreamt I was a snowflake. The worst dream I had was a week ago, when I dreamt I was a statue. I couldn't move because I was so scared, and because I was a statue. Statues can't move, but yeah, that dream always scares me to death. Pigeons always pooping on me and stuff. I also had a dream that a guy stole me and put me on top of a building and dropped me. I was so scared, especially when I woke up with a broken back and was paralyzed for 3 days. I woke up from another nightmare with a pillow in my face, and I thought it was my wife trying to smother me again, but it was just me sleeping on my stomach. This time I was dreaming that I was an alarm clock and I was trying to wake myself up. It worked because it woke me up. I didn't get any mail, but I got an email. It was spam, and I hadn't eaten in days. I opened the email and ate the spam raw. It tasted like rotten pork, but I kept it down. My screams I couldn't keep down, though. My stomach really hurt. "What was in that email?" I screamed. "Glass?" I knew I shouldn't have ate that spam from that email. Someone could have put something in it. I think it ruined my computer. My computer screen has a bite mark in it. These viruses really do mess up your computers. Those worms must be really hungry. Now I have worms on my computer. It's just another place to have them. Maybe they'll poop out my screen in a couple of days. I can't wait. My computer is a piece of dump. The Dell company should have painted it brown. It would match the box and the stains on my underwear. I needed some furniture anyway, so I bought some brown shower curtains for the bathroom. Nothing else. I didn't have any more money. I got those curtains on sale at Goodwill, and all I have to do is give them a year's worth of paychecks. My window curtains are on layaway, and I'll get them 5 years after I die. The computer was a gift from my mother, and I should give it back. My computer is useless anyway. I didn't even know how to type. I tried eating the computer before I knew what it was. I thought it was food. I ate the keyboard before my mom told me what it was, and that's why I can't type. Back to writing again. Where's my pencil? Sitting on it again. Whoops, got a fart nugget for an eraser. Writing the story. Didn't I do this before? Why am I doing it again? I guess I had to rewrite it. I really wish I had a copy machine. It would save me a lot of trouble having to rewrite it, but I can't afford it. After eating breakfast spam, I decided to what haven't I done in the story yet. Okay, I went for a walk, went to the store, went to the library, went to the park, went to the hospital, went to the nursing home, went to the country, went to jail, went to work, went to the bathroom, and went away. Where do I have left to go? The story goes on and on and on and on. What's the point of the story? It doesn't have a plot to be read, and no story to be heard. What am I writing the story for anyway? To pass the time? To cure the emptiness in my life? To marry a donkey? Huh? Don't ask. I'm talking to myself now. I haven't gotten any direction in the story. It'll just be never-ending if I continue. I should quit now and spare you, the readers, the torture of reading anymore. I think I'm going to shut this book and move on with my life. I'll just let this story sit unfinished in its folder until it's destroyed in a blazing fire where all my things will burn and my life will end. I'm going to forget that this story exists and never write another word in it again. Ha ha ha! Fooled you! I'm just kidding. Once again I've tricked all of you to think that the story's over, but actually you probably can see that the story isn't over because all the next pages are filled with words. Hey, could have been over anyway. How do you know that the other pages aren't just another story I've written? So I'm in the box thinking of something to do when something happened. Actually nothing happens, but nothing is something, isn't it? I was bored, and I was in a cardboard box. I wish I could have played with the bunnies, but they ran away. I couldn't hang out with the naked rabbi, because he was still on vacation. The stuffed giraffe hasn't said anything since his mom died. I needed new friends, but I didn't have any money. I'm gonna have to make up a cheap friend to play with. Girl imaginary friends are too expensive for me to buy. Guy imaginary friends just beat me up all the time, so I have to make up an animal. Okay, I got one. An imaginary piece of grass. Hey, if I put the imaginary piece of grass between my thumbs and blow, it makes kind of a weird sound. I think the grass likes being blowed. Maybe it's a male piece of grass. Ew, I just blew a male piece of grass. Spitooey. I need some mouthwash. I can't believe I just did that. I don't think it was such a good idea to have an imaginary piece of grass as a friend, especially if you blow it the first time you meet it. It will be expected to be blowed all the time. I didn't even like it the first time. I'll be having nightmares about that for the rest of my life. I went to sleep and dreamt all about it. I relived the moment over and over again. I woke up with the taste of grass in my mouth. It was awful. I don't know how I got outside and in the grass again. I'll never know. Where was the alley and the box? I didn't know where I was. All the parks in the city look the same. The trees are all the same. The swings are all the same. I had to walk a while to realize where I was, and I realized I was on the other side of town. Did I sleepwalk again? I remembered a time when I sleptwalked. I ended up on a canoe wearing my wife's nightgown and eating raw bacon. That's another chapter down. Can't believe how far I've come. Can't believe you people are still listening. But if you are still listening, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you next chapter.